What's up, guys? And today is a video about the greatest third options in NBA history. Now, this is my first video on this channel, so before we start, I want you to please subscribe to my channel if you like this content and turn on the notifications so you don't miss this flaming content. So, with our first player, we have Chris Bosh. Chris Bosh is one of the greatest players and power forwards to ever play the game. He's my favorite power forward since he played for the Raptors, and personally I'm a Raptors fan, and he was playing really good for the Raptors. He was increasing his points per game as he averaged 24 points in his best season. So it looked like he was going to get better and better. But since he joined the Heat, since he was playing with LeBron and Dwayne Wade, obviously his points per game would go down, and he was the third option. But so he averaged less points and worse stats. So even though it seems bad, he did win 2 championships, and many people credit Ray Allen for the game-winning three against the Spurs, which is legendary, and they should credit him. But I also think they should credit Chris Bosh because he was the one that grabbed the rebound. So that's why I think he's very underrated too. My next player, though, speaking of Ray Allen, is Ray Allen. Ray Allen, in my opinion, is a top 5 shooter of all time, and I think honestly the third greatest shooter of all time. He was really turning into a superstar in Seattle, as in his best season he averaged 26 points per game, which is really good. But as with Chris Bosh, when he joined the Celtics big three of Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, and him, his points per game dropped down since he was playing with 2 other superstars. But he did win a championship, so I guess it all worked out with that. And he also won one with the Heat as like the fourth or third option. It could switch. And as I said, he's really one of the best shooters ever. And he was pretty early for his time. I mean, there's some great shooters right now, and he's even better than them. And he holds the 3-point record, so that's pretty cool. But I do think Steph will break it. My other third option player is Dennis Rodman. Now, if Dennis Rodman was not a good scorer, he was not a good playmaker, and wasn't really that good at that much, but because of his insane rebounding, I gotta give him credit for this. I mean, he led the league in rebounding 7 seasons? 7 in a row. That's insane. And he's not even a center. He's not even 7 feet. I believe he's 6'8". So for him to rebound that much, to him to lead rebounding that much, and not even being 7 feet, I mean, one season he averaged 19 rebounds per game. 19. That is so much and really surprising. Even I don't think his attitude is good though, because I mean he kicked a man in the nuts once. But even because of that, you can't deny his basketball skills. And personally, I don't like him as a person. But someone I do like as a person is James Worthy. James Worthy is one of my favorite players in the NBA, and I do feel he's underrated. He got his name. He's got his playoff He got his playoff name for a reason, because he always shows up in the playoffs. He never really averaged the most points, the most rebounds, the most assists, but without him, the Lakers team wouldn't be where they are today. Magic and Kareem needed Worthy to win those championships. He's a Hall of Famer, and he averaged 21 points in his best season. And not to mention the fact that he won Finals MVP. He showed up in the playoffs and was really clutch. Another one of my favorite NBA players is Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson is, in my opinion, the second greatest shooter of all time. And without Klay Thompson, Steph wouldn't be nearly as legendary as he is now. Well, maybe nearly, but just wouldn't be there. Klay Thompson is, I think it's clear to say now that he surpassed his father, Michael Thompson, in general basketball legacy. And they were both third options to their team, team, and he was the second option on its 73-win team. I mean, that's really insane when you think about it. And he holds so many records. I remember that 14 three-pointers a game. I mean, that was only in 3 quarters. Imagine if he played in the fourth quarter. I feel like he would have got at least 18 threes. And he also had 60 points in the 3 quarters, 37 points in 1 quarter. I think you get what I'm saying. Then the next one I think that deserves a mention here is Manu Ginobili. Manu Ginobili, I feel like some people underrate him because I know he didn't average that much points, that much assists, rebounds, but he did help Tim Duncan and Tony Parker a lot. Sure, he was a sixth man, and sure, he didn't get 7 or 8 All Star appearances. In fact, I think he only got 4 or 5. He didn't get that much. But he helped, as I said, he helped Tim Duncan a lot with those championships. And without him, I don't think Tim Duncan would nearly get the same amount of championships he has today. He just like Tim Duncan and Tony Parker, he's one of the most loyal players and was loyal to the San Antonio Spurs for his whole career. And he never wanted more money or just wanted money in general. He wanted to help the team first and was a team player first, which made the San Antonio Spurs Big Three so good. Then we have Draymond Green. Now, when KD arrived, he was a fourth option, but since before that, he was a third option on the 73-win team. Even though many people don't like him for lots of good reasons, you can't deny his basketball skills. He's a power forward, and even though he's having a down year this season and the last 2 or 3 years he hasn't been playing that good, don't forget that he's the leader of this team. And even though you could say Steph and KD were better leaders, I feel like he was. He was the voice of the team, and he guided them to victories. He wouldn't average that many points, rebounds, or assists, but he's very versatile. And he's a 6'6" power forward. I mean 6'5" power forward. That is so small for a power forward. And he was still able to do the things he was. Definitely one of the biggest steals in NBA history. And my final player is Robert Parrish. Robert Parrish was part of the Celtics Big Three of Bird, McHale, and of course Robert Parrish. He's one of my favorite players too, and many people love him, including me. One thing I like about Robert Parrish is his basketball skills, but I like him more generally as a person. I heard he's a nice guy, and when many people talk about him, they say good stuff about him. In his basketball skills, though, Robert Parrish was a beast. He would always help the Celtics, and if Larry or McHale was having a bad night, he would make up for it because he barely had any bad nights. He always helped the team and was really one of the best centers of his time. And I feel like if he didn't play with McHale and Bird, he would be more recognized and average more points, rebounds, and assists. Just like all these third options. I mean, if they were to star on their own team, I feel like everyone on this list would average more points, rebounds, assists, and would be more recognized. But they were unselfish enough to let their ego go and just play as third options, which we should recognize them for and be happy for them. So that's gonna wrap it up, guys. So as I said, if you like this video, subscribe. And it's my first video, so it may seem bad, but I don't want you guys to go down to the comments and write, "Oh, this kid sucks at making videos." Because I mean, it's my first video, guys, so chill. So as I said, I hope you subscribe, and I'm gonna make more basketball content. And I made this video because I was surprised that there was no third option video on YouTube. I was like, really? So I chose this as my first video. My next video though is my personal top 10 players of all time. Stay tuned. Bye.